The reason Monday morning feels like a massive emotional drain isn't the workload, it's the absence of a weekly wall. You're trying to achieve structure with a chaotic mind. I'm going to give you the single ritual that acts as a fortress, letting you take back control of your life every single Sunday. You know that feeling, right? That Sunday afternoon dread, that pit in your stomach. It's something we almost all feel. But here's the thing, we get the cause completely wrong. We blame the emails, the big project, the sheer amount of work piling up. We think the problem is out there.
But the real problem, it's not external, it's internal. It's the total lack of a boundary, a protective wall between the week you just finished and the one you're about to start. You're walking into a battle with no armor. And that's the paradox, isn't it? You want control, but your mind is full of clutter. This ritual is how we fix that. And let's get one thing straight, because this is a huge mistake. Most of us confuse just chilling out with actually recharging. You know, binging a show, scrolling on your phone for hours. That's not restoration. It's just distraction. It's numbing the anxiety. True restoration is active. It's strategic. Without it, you're not recharging. You're just letting that stress simmer until it boils over Monday morning. This is exactly why we need a system. So that's where the weekly reset comes in. Now, this isn't some vague goal to get organized. Nope. This is a strategic, non-negotiable block of time that's engineered to do two very specific things. One, force your brain to psychologically detach from last week, and two, install complete predictability into the week ahead. This is your wall. This is your fortress against the chaos. All right, so to build this fortress, you have to know your enemy. We need to understand the science of why Monday feels so overwhelming and why your week so often feels broken before it even gets started. First up is this invisible enemy called boundary blur. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's when your work life and your home life just bleed into each other. It's checking your email while you're trying to have dinner with your family. It's your phone buzzing in your pocket, constantly pulling you back to the office. This creates this constant low-level hum of stress that never, ever shuts off. It's why you feel so emotionally exhausted and never truly off. And that leads right to the second enemy, Monday morning decision fatigue. I want you to think of your prefrontal cortex, your brain's command center, like a battery. Every single day, it has a finite charge. When you wake up on Monday with no plan, no schedule, and a head full of noise, you drain that battery on 1,000 tiny, meaningless decisions. What do I work on first? Which email do I answer? What am I going to wear? You've used up your most valuable mental energy before the real work has even started. And this right here, this shows you exactly what's happening inside your head. On the left, you've got the chaotic mind. The second you wake up to uncertainty, boom, your body is flooded with a stress hormone, cortisol. This isn't just a feeling, it's a chemical state. You're in fight or flight, just reacting to whatever comes at you. Now look at the right, the structured mind. It's a completely different story. Because the week is predictable, your brain feels safe. Cortisol stays low. Decision fatigue is basically zero. This mind is calm, proactive, and ready for real work. So the big question is, how do we get from that chaotic brain on the left to the structured one on the right? Simple. We build the fortress. Let's get into the system itself, this elegant 90-minute process that's going to install that predictability and calm you need. The weekly reset is a system of what's called cognitive partitioning. Sounds fancy, right? All it means is we break it down into three simple, super powerful phases. First, mental subtraction, where we clear out all the junk from the past. Second, the future lock, where we literally design our future. And third, the physical sync, where we connect our brilliant plan to the real world. Let's break them down. Phase one is mental subtraction. Look, you can't build a solid plan on a foundation of chaos. It just doesn't work. So the absolute first step is a non-judgmental brain dump. You're basically offloading. Your brain is burning so much energy trying to remember all those worries and to-dos. The second you write them down, you tell your brain, hey, I got this, and your anxiety instantly drops. Then, you just do a quick review and pull out one or two big lessons from the week. Slate cleared. Phase two is the future lock. Now that you've got a clear head, you proactively time block your entire week. And listen up, because this is the most critical piece of the whole puzzle. You schedule your life first. Your workouts, your family time, your rest. Those are the big rocks. They go in the jar first. They become non-negotiable appointments. This is a massive psychological shift. It says your well-being supports your work, not the other way around. Only after that do you block out your deep work sessions. And finally, phase three is the physical sync. Because let's be real, a perfect plan is totally useless if it's a pain to actually start it. This phase is all about linking your mental plan to your physical world to get rid of any friction. We're talking small, simple actions like tidying your desk, deciding on your meals, charging your devices. These little things remove all the small roadblocks that can kill your momentum on Monday morning. It makes your plan feel automatic. So that's the system. That's the what. But why is it so ridiculously effective? Let's switch gears from the what to the why and look at the psychology that makes this system an actual shield for your brain. This whole reset acts as a prefrontal cortex shield. Remember that brain battery we talked about? Well, this routine is how you conserve its power. By cramming all the big weekly decisions into one low-stress window on Sunday, you protect that precious resource. You start Monday with a full charge, ready to use your best brain power on creative, high-value work, not on what to eat for lunch.
Let me say that again. This isn't just about feeling organized. This is about protecting the very cognitive engine that drives your success. It protects your executive function. You have to guard it. And there's another cool principle at play here called the social Zeitgeber model. Zeitgeber, it's German for time giver. All it means is that our brains are hardwired to love predictable routines. When you do the same powerful ritual at the same time every Sunday, it gives your brain a deep sense of stability. Your amygdala, the brain's little alarm system, interprets that predictability as safety. It stops screaming danger, and that's what kills the Sunday scaries. Okay, you get the problem, and you get the psychology behind the solution. Now, let's get tactical. Here is the exact 90-minute action plan you can put into practice this Sunday. Here's the roadmap. It's just one 90-minute block. That's it. We're going to spend 20 minutes on the mental cleanse, 40 minutes on the future lock, and the final 30 minutes on what I call the frictionless launch. Let's walk through it. First 20 minutes, the mental cleanse. I want you to grab a real notebook and a pen. Set a timer for 15 minutes and just write everything. Every worry, every to-do, every random thought. Don't edit it, don't judge it, just dump it all out. Then, in the last 5 minutes, look back and answer one question. What one thing must I eliminate from next week? Next, for 40 minutes, we do the future lock. Open up your calendar. First thing, block out your non-negotiables. Your workout, your family dinner, your reading time, lock them in like they're the most important meetings of the week, because they are. Then, schedule your deep work sessions. And finally, create a couple of communication blocks to handle all your email at once. And the final 30 minutes are for the frictionless launch. This is all about making Monday morning automatic, so the right choice is the easy choice. Do 3 simple physical things. 1, lay out your clothes for Monday. 2, fill your water bottle and stick it in the fridge. And 3, write down the number 1 most important task you'll start on Monday morning. No thinking needed when the alarm goes off, you just execute. And that's the whole system. Let's land this plane with the single biggest idea you need to walk away with. This is the core philosophy right here. Predictability is the foundation of peace, and structure is the prerequisite for freedom. You see, real freedom isn't having no schedule at all. It's having a schedule that's so solid that you're free to be present and creative within its walls. So you're at a crossroads. You can keep drifting into your weeks, just hoping for the best, constantly reacting to chaos. Or you can become the architect of your own time. You can stop hoping for a good week and start building the fortress that guarantees it. So the only question left is, when will you build your fortress? Look, let's just boil it all down. The weekly reset is the answer to that chronic stress and that Monday morning chaos we all feel. And why it matters so much is that it gives you a real system to guarantee predictability and the psychological space you need to actually recharge. That 3-phase framework, mental subtraction, future lock, physical sync, that's not just some nice to-do list. It's a targeted process designed to shield your prefrontal cortex from decision fatigue, while the routine itself calms your brain's stress center and stabilizes your emotions. Just remember this: true productivity isn't about doing more, it's about mastering the systems that make focus feel absolutely effortless.